Hey folks, David Frost, LazyGapTrader.com. In this video, we're going to be talking about a couple of gap fill trades that I found. In my course at LazyGapTrader.com, I teach two specific strategies for gap trading. One is the morning gap trades, and the second are gap fill trades. In both these strategies, I teach you precisely how to find the stocks that are ripe for a gap trade, what we're looking for, what type of percentage as it relates to the morning gap trades we're looking for, what types of stocks we're looking for, and then also I teach you how to compile a list for the gap fill trades that can be played later on once those stocks come back to fill the gaps. So in this video, let's talk about a couple of specific gap trades that I found today, and the first one is SolarCity, SCTY. We're looking at a daily chart, and you can see the green line running through the chart, and you can see where the stock pierced through that green line a little bit and bounced off of it. But let's drill down a little further, and I'll show you where that gap fill came from. I like to find my gap fills from the 60-minute chart. So as you can see here in this area, we had a gap from one day to the next where the stock gapped up slightly. And stocks will generally come back to fill gaps, and that's where we can identify those price levels and play them for a bounce intraday. This is only an intraday play. It's a day trading strategy, and in my opinion, the single best day trading strategy available in the markets today. So let's even drill down a little bit further, and you can see here the gap was at $22.38. That's where this line is running through the chart. But let's even go down further and go to a 10-minute chart, and we'll see what happened. The stock came down to $22.38, pierced through it a little bit, but within our stop loss limit. And by the way, let me go back to the 60-minute chart, and I'll show you something. You can see here underneath the gap level where the green line is, we had the 200-period moving average represented by this black line running through the chart. When there's a 200-period moving average, we can view that as somewhat of a safety net. So even though my gap level was at $22.38, I knew that there was a high or very high probability that the stock would find support even if it went through the gap level a little bit at the 200-period moving average. So once again, let's go back to the 10-minute chart, and you can see what happened. Once the stock recovered and traded back through and above the 22.38 level, it made a high in just about a half an hour, or pardon me, an hour later at $23.56. That's over $1 gain in what really was less than an hour's time from the point in which it started back up higher. So from an intraday trade perspective, if I'm trading 1,000 shares or 1,500 shares of SolarCity, that's a phenomenal gain for a 40 or 50-minute hold in SolarCity. You have to come over to Lazy Gap Trader and see what we're doing. I teach you exactly how to do this each and every day, how to find 3 to 5 opportunities like this that are very, very profitable. Let's go ahead and take a look at another trade today, which was Kimberly-Clark. Now, once again, I like to find my gap levels from the 60-minute chart, and as you can see right here, there's a red line running through the chart which represents that I'm going to take this as a short play. $135.27 was the gap. When the stock came back to fill that gap, it pierced through it by just a little bit and immediately backed off. Let's go down to the 10-minute chart so we can zero in and look what happened. So the stock traded up to the gap, threw it by just a little bit, and then immediately backed off. So far today, making a low of 134.47 for just short of $1 gain. But also in my course, I teach you how to turn a trade like this into a risk-free, emotionless trade. So for example, I'm still in part of this trade. I have some of the profit in my pocket, and there's no possible way that I can lose on this trade because I have a stop in the money. So if the stock continues down farther, it's just a matter of how much I'm going to make on the stock or on this short trade, not whether I'm going to make any money. I've already pocketed some profit, and for now, this is a risk-free, emotionless trade. In my course at LazyGapTrader.com, I teach you everything you need to know how to do this. So come over, check it out. I teach you 2 specific strategies. the morning gap trades, and this strategy that you saw today, the gap fill strategy. LazyGapTrader.com. I'm David Frost. Thanks for tuning in, folks.